U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with the Egyptian president in Cairo earlier this morning to discuss the war between Israel and Hamas. Blinken is wrapping up a busy diplomatic visit to the Middle East in the hopes of preventing the conflict in Gaza from spreading. Meanwhile, senior White House advisor Amos Hochstein is expected to visit Beirut today as part of U.S. efforts to ease tensions in the region. Recent strikes on Lebanese territory killed senior members of Hezbollah and Hamas. The border violence has forced tens of thousands of people to flee and raised fears the war could spread outside Gaza. Pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian protesters held demonstrations in The Hague today as proceedings got underway at the International Court of Justice. It's hearing arguments in a case filed by South Africa accusing Israel of genocide. Israel rejects the allegation. Lawyers for South Africa also asked judges to impose an emergency suspension of Israel's military campaign in Gaza. The court is expected to rule on emergency measures later on this month, while a ruling on the genocide allegations could take years. And there's more fallout following the largest attack yet launched by Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in the Red Sea. Yesterday, U.S. and British warships shot down 21 drones and missiles. No damage or injuries were reported. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has warned that there will be consequences if the Houthi attacks continue. Following the strike, the UN Security Council adopted a U.S. drafted resolution demanding the group immediately end its attacks on the busy shipping lanes.
The threat to navigational rights and freedoms in the Red Sea is a global challenge that necessitates a global response. The basic principle of freedom of navigation is at stake, and the Houthis and anyone who enables them need to hear a clear message from this council. These attacks must stop.
The Houthis say the UN resolution is a, quote, political game and accuse the U.S. of violating international law. Well, joining me now to discuss is Phil Stewart. He's a military and intelligence correspondent for Reuters. Phil, thanks for spending some time with us this morning. Let's just backtrack a little. Who are the Houthis and why are they carrying out these attacks?
So the Houthis grabbed a lot of Yemen. They took over a lot of territory in Yemen during its civil war, dating back to 2014, 2015, starting with the seizure of the capital, Sana'a, in 2014, and then really continuing throughout the country. And they are one of the countries, Yemen is one of the countries where you've seen a lot of popular unrest over the war in Gaza. And I think when you think about the Houthis and you think about Yemen, you have to kind of put it into one of these four kind of theaters of conflict right now in the Middle East. You have, the Israelis and Hamas at war. You have, fighting on the northern Israeli border between Lebanese Hezbollah and Israel. And you have strikes against U.S. forces in Syria and Iraq. And then you also have this other third of war in the Red Sea by the Houthis.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people will recall the Houthis from the clashes with Saudi Arabia, where it seemed like Saudi Arabia was this formidable military force, and they were sort of these ragtag militia. Clearly, that's not the case because we're looking at drones, we're looking at missiles. They seem to be they're much better armed than, we all may have perceived before. So yesterday, I listened to the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, and he says that there will be consequences if these Houthi attacks continue in the Red Sea, but he didn't say what those consequences would look like. What are the realistic options?
Well, I think what we're all watching is the U.S. and the international community over and over again trying to create some sort of deterrence so the Houthis stop these attacks without having to plunge the U.S. into another kind of conflict, in the region. And you see that in Yemen, there is the real risk that we could be at some sort of war with, the main governing group in that country at some point soon. So I think what you're seeing with the UN Council resolution, which you just spoke about, and these warnings from the United States, and these just repeated attacks, regardless of anything the U.S. can put forward as far as international coalitions and other forms of deterrence, I think that everyone feels like we're inching toward a conflict.
Phil Stewart, I wish I could talk to you a little bit longer, but we're running out of time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.